picture of the day, but India is not here. Not here. So, we're going to talk about something small, and it's going to, I'll use some Bible verses, but it's about planning. Miracle, did you plan anything when you were coming here? I come to achieve it. Miracle, did you plan anything when you were coming here? Have you planned anything for there? Are you sure it's going to come to pass? Have you done everything to make sure that everything you planned for there comes to pass? Part of it. Yes, I want to talk about planning. Before our parents had us, they planned.
Some of us.
Let me ask. Is a day a process that people meet? Okay. Let me ask you another question. Amos is here, Viola is there, and they have a child. They can't, if Amos doesn't plan to tell Viola those sweet feelings, I will love you until Victoria dries up and all those things. And if Viola does not plan to accept whatever Amos is saying, they cannot do anything that can bring a child in this world. Is it possible? So before you were born, the parents planned. They planned to meet. They went on dates. The man bought sweets. Bambe na nebalya kedo, nebalya fene, nebabasitulira ku mazzi nga bava ku luzzi. All those things, that was planning. Kakati, I'm planning so that Mami Rina can finally accept to be here. Before the people who started YPA started it, they planned. They didn't just wake up in the morning and say, YPA tutandike. There was a lot of planning before they even started and saying that now we can start, we can register a name. Everything was planned. Before we come up with the products to work with in YPA, we plan. There is a lot of cooking behind closed doors. Rachi obuzina bwetu tubuwayo mu kitundu. Rachi sikamu, rachi sibukadde busatu, rachi sibutaano. They do a lot of planning and calculations to get a better way to this is how YPA gains, all those things. It's all about planning. However, in the end, regardless of how much you planned, regardless of the fact that Miracle has laid strategies in place to make sure that everything she has planned comes to pass, if the Lord is not in it, if His will does not will so, it won't happen. In the end, whatever we plan and comes out successfully, it's because God willed it so. Therefore, like we see in Psalms 127, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain to build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman keeps awake all in vain. The builders could be experts, the watchmen could be well trained, and they have experience. However, if God is not in it, it cannot happen. So we have all come across an event that was planned so well that abantu abatadde sente mu kintu ekyo. They plan, they do a venue, they do whatever, abagole ne beetegeka. Omukolo ne gutukako endi omugole omusajja n'atadde, omukazi n'asigala mu kidaala ng'apaaka. I was watching a video yesterday of a lady who went to her wedding, charismatic, and the groom came by now. The parents of the girl and the boy, they were all there. The lady said her vows. Then we tried to say Musajja. And unfortunately, I don't think the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. mukazi gwenjagala naye nga yazze. All this time they've been planning. Now he's also putting money because the event is his. Mostly the wedding is planned by men, right? He prepared a venue and everything to reach the wali point of amugambira ogamba I do agambe nti musigo mukazi gwenjagala. Like you could think about so many things behind. Rach temugambe nga tannajja. Rach yaleka bina bigende maaso. Why embarrass her in front of everyone? She did something wrong, but is that the way to go? By the way, she was embarrassed, but he was more embarrassed, and he actually thought he had done it, but like people want to know. And the young girl did it for sisterhood. We were all proud. She didn't cry. She didn't do what? She stood up like the queen she was, and she got her friends and walked out. She said, "It's okay, let's go." I think he thought she was going to sob and be like, "Why are you doing this to me?" Because that is what you would expect. She didn't cry. She actually cried later. But in that moment when he thought, she walked out, she stood up, she said, "It's okay." She didn't ask why, what. She walked out. And that was God's plan. Because I would say at that very moment, you would think the world is going to drop down on you. That girl is going to be marked for life. She has to go through a lot of healing, and she's going to meet a William who is going to suffer to deal with the heartbreak she suffered. However, God saved her from that person. What if he actually continued with the wedding? By the way, the person the guy loved is a man. Is a fellow man. He couldn't go through the wedding because he fell in love with a fellow man. So what if he actually went ahead and married her? Then Wamalo he continues a relationship with a fellow man, and then she's also there. So it happened, it was sad, but it was the best thing to do for her at that very moment. So we actually organize these things, but the plans of God will always come through. Because me, I looked at the good side of that thing. Of course, the embarrassment and all that. But what if the wedding moved forward, and then you are competing with a man in a relationship? So we should not underestimate the importance of effort. That as long as God is in it, everything will happen. We also have to put in the effort, because still the Bible says that we need to work. So I'm not underestimating effort, but while you are putting in that effort, make sure that God is in all the plans you are making. So like it says in Proverbs 16:9 that a man's heart plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps. So in your heart, you determine the course. You determine that I don't know how many people have bought stocks, because March is coming. I don't know if we all remember. And I always like repeating this thing that some things come as directives and not suggestions. How many people have bought stocks or have started the road to get a stock? Because March is here. It is tomorrow. I'm serious. How many people have started? I have also not started, but the people who have not started, I hope we have plans, because we are soon reaching the end of February and March is going to start. Me, what I was I think discussing with Paul, and I said, yes, the stock is needed and we should have it in March, but at least let March not reach when you have not started something. At least let there be a process, let there be steps taken. Don't just be found there and you have not even taken a step. Because I think with a step we can start negotiating, right? You can negotiate. But if it finds you that you have not even taken a single step, then that is really sad. So I want us to think about it. If you don't know how to start or what to do, you can come to me. I tell you, I also haven't started, but I know how to start. So that is now the plan that we have in our hearts. But the steps to fulfilling that are going to be given to us by God. It is God who is going to make sure we get money. If you think that your money will come through commission, God will bring that client who will give you money, and you get that commission you need to be able to take that step. If you're out there and you are looking for money in other ways, or your salary or whatever, God will align the universe for you to get that. But we just need to put Him in the process. And like in Proverbs 19:21, he says that many plans are in the man's heart, but the purpose of the Lord will always prevail. I don't know who was here and they talked about purpose. That we should actually work so much or ask God so much to make sure that we are fulfilling the purpose for which He created us. Because at the end of the day, His purpose will always prevail. What He wants will be. It is good sometimes to slash things the way we want them, and God wants them to be. You are planning that wedding with that someone, and God also says that is your ring. While Miracle will get her rib in the first try, Zahara might get her rib in the 10th try. But I don't want you to try 10 times. It is not normal. I was on Twitter and I saw a letter. Someone was saying, I love my girlfriend so much. She's good, she does this and this, but I have one problem with her body count. When I asked her how many people she has been with, she told me 25. So every time we are together, I'm thinking about the 25 people that came before me. Everything about her is good. She's good, she's supportive, I even want to marry her, but my problem is the body count. Before me, she has been with Joshua, Peter, Isaac, 25 people. So every time I want to be with this person, I'm thinking about the number of people, the number of roads she passed in to reach where I am. But he's counting the body counts of the girl, but he didn't tell us his body count. There's a possibility his body count is double, but they'll never say that. So, we should always make sure that God aligns things for us. Let us meet the people who are in our purpose. Let us meet men and women of God who are powerful and ready to be wives and ready to be husbands, to take over the relationships and make us happy. Because that is the purpose and that is the will of God. So let us meet our partners on the first meeting so that we do not have So, in Hebrews 3:4 says, for every house is built by some man, but he who built all the things is God. I'm going to give another example in terms of planning and us thinking that we have everything under control. There is this man. They got married very well. They have a very beautiful house. They have money. The lady is working and the guy is working. They have money. So, guy, because he's rich, God and the things of the world are what? God and everything people say. Chala we say agamba no. God yajakola what? Chala we say agamba no. God yajakola what? Omusajja yagamba ye kuseryesezi mu mali. Kize now. Kati They be in a marriage like for 2 years nga tebazaala. Pressure bona ntoteka ku kyalo. Omukazi wakitazaala biki n'omukazi omulala biki. Omwana bagamba naye Katonda wana batuusiza ekiseera kyattu tujja kuzaala. Omusajja ng'atandika obeera aggressive, nakusasula, nakola biki tozaala, what nyina kola mami kyagambye ng'aleeta omukyala omulala mu nnyumba yo n'omuwala mwali. Kati omanyi tufuna nnyo advice, ofuna advice side zero ne advice side zero. Kati omusajja olwokubanga alina ssente naye n'omukyala alinamu, that is why women also need to be independent. Kuba omusajja bw'akusaba nga kiri one sided nga yalina ssente nga yakufuga mu byonna you find yourself in jeopardy. Kati omusajja bwe yafuna omukyala omulala ng'amuleeta nga babeerawo of course the bickering because of wives biki paka omukyala we yagala naye enfaaki omusajja kamulekere ki nga bagenda nga bakola divorce ng'abivaamu. Omukyala ng'afuna musajja mulala. It didn't even take her more than 4 months nga ye afuna olubuto. Omusajja gwe yaleeta mu Italia. Nga the process continues. Meaning omusajja yalina obuzibu naye yalowooza nti sente zisobola okukola ki. However, omukyala gye yagenda she's very happy, alina ne family n'ebiki olwo yamuleka mu bizibu byabeerayo ne ssente ze n'abakazi be nga bw'ayagala bakole ki abakyusa. Then Professor was telling me about something recently again of a lady who found the positive in every situation that happens in their lives. So yalina mukwano nazo nabeera ne miracle. Now everything bad ekibeera miracle biseera agamba thank God. Kadinga that incident that happened to me miracle ng'agamba thank God tebaakuse. Naye nga nze mpulira bubi because bankubye kati kugamba thank God tebaakuse. Kati ko ye naye no miracle ono yepankapanka nnyo. Naye ng'oli miracle is a prayerful person. Ye ebintu ebyo nabina biteekamu bw'aba atambula ogenda gamukama onagulamu plan ezewe naye buli plan yange nkitadde biki mu mikono gye. Katonda agamba keti agamba miracle no yeepanga nnyo nti Katonda yakola ki kankole bwenti. Kati abaana baabwe baali basomera ku ssomero lyerimu naye nga sometimes omu yabanono oba olumu ne bakomawo ku different times. Naye ng'ebiseera ebisinga amanyi nti miracle mutabani we bw'akomawo atuukira wano n'alya emmere n'anywa amazzi n'akola ki nakwata emmere ya mutabani wa miracle n'akiikamu nti ng'alinda. Kati baba baali awo miracle ali waka ne Keti ali waka nga someone calls nti miracle omwana we afunye accident wa naye bamutute mu ddwaliro gyamu mangu tugende. Timonaga omwana we afunye accident banaye ng'olabye ebiki. Leero on miracle era n'agamba nti thank God tafudde, it could have been worse. Afunye accident but it could have been worse. Yandifudde oba biki because I think from the phone call kyabaddeko nti oba afunye injuries naye teziri ki. Miracle adduka agenda mu ddwaliro kati nono agenda nga bw'onoogamba already abadde amulindirira kubeera ng'afuna bibi. Kati bwe yali agenda teyajjukira nti alina walesewo obutwa mutabani we wasobola okumusanga akukole ki. Kati mutabani we yakomawo ye yali okutwa. Katonda aba ali eri ewa miracle agenza okugamba bulijjo ogamba Katonda biki nga bamukubira nti mutabani we alidde okutwa afudde naye nga yeekoze ki. Kati lwe yayagaliza muka kitaawe Lukiddaani. Anti mu Luganda tulina olugero lugamba lweyagaliza muka kitaawe. Kati ate ye talina na chance egamba thank God he didn't die. Oba kitegere. Kati yakoze pulaani ye but the will of God was on Miracle's side. Nti miracle yagala n'otuuka ku mwana nga yafunye accident naye nga talina na kyamaanyi nnyo kyamubaddeku naye nga accident eyo yabaddewo omwana abeera delayed okutuuka ewaka okukola ki okutuuka ewaka okunywa. Kati Katonda ye alayiniza universe for miracle ate Keti ye n'akigwamu n'amaliriza. Kati n'ajjukira n'agamba biseera z'omukyalo ono bujjagamba nti kasita kino tekibadde because amanyi Katonda akola ki asobola okukola ekintu ekiri waasi. So mu bintu byonna bye tupulani nga tubeere nga tulowoozaayo n'ekyo. Bw'oba otudde wano ng'oplotingira munno evil, just know that kyekintu kye batugamba mu kyaki ebiseera ebisinga nti when you're planning something against someone kirowoozeemu nti senga kituuse ku nze kyandibadde kitya. Because ebiseera ebisinga okikola kiyinza n'otuuka ku muntu nga bw'okyagadde and n'obeera ng'oli happy because it happened. But what if it backfired ekituuka ku side yo? The gravity and the consequences, are you ready to take them? So I wanted us to know that whatever we plan, we should make sure that we ask for the purpose of God and the will of God to be with us. Oba kibeere mu mitendera Katonda gy'ayagala. Because if you plan something for evil, kati nayizo kifuula ekirungi eri omuntu omulala ate noga akoze kino abeere bw'ati. Ate lwaki akantu ako akakazi ako kakifuddemu kyandibadde kibeera bwe kiti. Naye Katonda ye abeerayo nga ffenna tulaba te ffenna tuli baana be kyova olaba ne bw'omala okutta omwana wa mugane nomala ne weenenya agamba weenenye okyuka otereere omale okomyewo ki gyendi. So let us plan good things for others, but in everything we plan nebiba byaffe, let us always remember that at the end of the day the will of God will prevail. Why am I saying this? Nti ojja planning ekintu kigaane kife okiteekemu ne ssente kife planning it from the beginning to end kigaane. That means God yabadde takyagala naye obutakikkiriza kubeerawo waliwo ekirala maybe kyakutaasa oba something better ekiri bigger kyakupromising. Thank you very much.
Thank you, kids. About today's preaching reminded me of those days when I was still in school. Gone are the days, I think I was in Form 3. Yeah. So we had a party at school. Me, I used not to go to those parties, yeah? When you go Duncan, always have welcoming parties, senior 1, senior 2, all those parties. So I think I was in senior 3. We had a Eva's party. So this time round, we planned with friends. Because we had a gang of, I had a gang, like 3 girls. So we had a group of 4. So they were like, today you come. They insisted, so I went to school. Kumbe we have someone that someone had planned. Banga just going to get a mediation. So the girl had issues with us. And yes, so being in school it's too funny. So this girl had a problem with us. Banga, super one, and we are brown, and we are all Westerners. You understand? So this girl had problems. Yes, Bahima Bazeranda from Gomba, and I'm proud of that. So, the more that I get out, so better. The better yes, so better. I take a home. So, that's why. Natudia, Natugamba. How does this person who made a point of Natuka for exchange of getting up line to put it in men and to the tiller? So, you're like, and we made it. So, we ate food. Though some of us, yeah, ate some comments about it was allowed. I think the youngest among us, yeah, but my process say, the open at my local before. While we are seeing a mobility, a Java So this girl, I don't know what happened. Wow, I don't know. So she was like, Naga mama we. Mama inamgamba. Nawadde abantu. Nekijja kikyali tebannaffa. Kubanga this girl eyafa. Yafa ndowooza wayiseewo like 3 months. Ate nga tebamanyi kimuse. Naye ffenna after ndowooza some period of time, the time of reacting. Then in that period, I don't know how God makes things. Because ye yali amanyi ndowooza bwe yagenda okula okukwa. Yali amanya buttirawo there and then. kugenda nga kutwala time yaabo ate yagenda okubyogera nga tebunnaba kukola ki tebunnaba ku reactinga mubiri gyaffe so fene tukitwala just for granted era mama yajja ku ssomero ate mumwana nge yakoze bwati so ne bakola parade ne banoonya who is upset who is sick naye nga tewali mulwadde naye ne baza mukama singa nali wakufa that time nali ngenda kufa naye so mweyimba abantu bakatonda be with your plans there naye don't plan for someone ngali mu in fact we are all children of God you understand so you do your evil things there but at the end of it all bijakudira simanyi bakuma waliwo ayina time nawulirizaako okweri kubaluwezo things people do evil things you understand and by the end of it all they come back etonda bichi and nakisanga nga kiri difficult to stand there oboogamba omuntu kusonyiye you understand naye nga yalowooza kibeera ki thank you so much madam Kate inakwayo mutomo